Welcome back to Fire Emblem Heroes. Today we'll be doing summoning sessions, plural, because we have two banners that will be sparking on. First one will be the book 7 banner, Seiðr and more. We will be sparking for Seiðr, regardless of whether we pick her up beforehand. We're gonna spark her because she's a mythic, and I like mythics. The other banner I'm gonna be sparking on is this one, and we'll spark for Embla, but I do hope I get Veronica along the way. I will be going full circles just because orb is better on the orbs, but we also have a couple of banners, as you saw previously, that we need to redeem on, and we even have tickets on this banner that we need to spend. So with all that being said, this is the only banner that is currently live that I have already summoned on, and of course, for those who watched the previous summoning video, you'll know that I did get Legiarm, which was the goal from this banner. Alright, so we'll just go one circle here, do a free summon there, and stuff like that. So I haven't had a chance to talk about the Fate channel or the banners or pretty much anything, just because last week I didn't record any videos for Ether Raids, which is the normal content on this channel. So because of that, for those of you who don't know, I have currently the sound turned off because this specific phone records everything extremely loud, so that's why there's no music and no sound effects. Otherwise, the sound effects just come so much higher than my voice, and it makes talking, well, you won't be able to hear anything that I'm saying, which is the thing. But going back, I didn't record anything last week. I missed the first 2 days. I played the first days at the last few minutes, but because I lost those matches, it practically counted as not playing. So I decided to just not record that week at all. I also didn't have a lot of time. Like, I was recording during my lunch break at work, which whenever I have to do that, I just have to not record pretty much in silence. But so it just wasn't worth it last week. This week I will also not be uploading any Ether Race videos due to last week. Of course, we fell off Bolt of Heaven, so we're sub Bolt of Heaven this week, and it's also gonna be like, I'm not gonna have a lot of time this week. Should be back normal next week, which is Chaos Season, so that's good. But going back to the actual banners that we have at hand, we have book 7 already started. Seiðr, of course, being the mythic for this banner. I mean, this book, the free mythic. Cavalier Tome unit. Very interesting to see if she has any connection to Regin, since Regin has Seiðr Shell as her special. So interesting to see what connections can be there. But other than that, very good unit. Very interesting. Okay, so I got Nana, which is one of the only unit that I don't have. Well, I want to say the only unit. A unit that I didn't have. So that's good. This is a plus speed minus defense, not bad either. I do want Veronica, so I hope I get Veronica, and of course, Emblem. But yeah, going back to Seiðr, her new unique skill that allows you to pretty much shut down a unit. She's sort of like a targeted mobile fence. Like, you can fence the entire enemy team on turn 1, and then on turn 2 you can fence a very specific unit that might be troublemaker and allow you to move your units forward. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how the meta develops around her. The reason, as you know, like a lot of the things like Elamine have made really big waves in Astra Anima seasons. So with Seiðr also being a Astra mythic, um, Astra it Astra and Light season are just very different things at this moment. They're completely separate from each other. So let me see. Green is Ascended Fjorm, I think. Blue is Idun and colorless is Legiar. I forgot who was wood. I was hoping red because I wanted Marita. Guess I'll go green. I'm not gonna be sparking in this banner, just someone with the tickets, so another Bathos. I don't know. Colorless not again is Joshua. All right, so moving on. We'll talk about this as well. The free summon tickets. These are really incredible. They're pretty much a free unit every week. The only thing I would say about this is don't try to gamify it. Don't try to be like, oh, I should go for this because I might get a chance for this, because there's just so many units in it. So just pick a color, either stay on that color or go different every week. Just know that while you are guaranteed a 100% chance at a 5-star unit or 4-star special, don't expect that unit to be the one you want. So just pick a color and go for it. I'm gonna go for colorless. I think the colorless pool is the smallest one, so more chances to run into the same unit. But again, just like you might get something like Ines, which is not really a good unit in today's metagame, and I don't think he was ever meta himself. So just don't expect anything out of this banner. Just know that you're gonna get a free unit, and that's about it. But moving on, we'll go for the second round. So no green, so no Seiðr chance right here. But we do have red with our next rearm hero with being Ophelia. Now, rearm Ophelia is very interesting in her weapon being giving her cooldowns, accelerations, and extra cooldowns. And then coming with special Spiral 4, which is kind of like the sideways answer to mages not having a damage damage reduction nullification special. So like right now we do have some of them that do avoid damage reduction, like Veronica and Byleth, both legendary, with their own unique special. But this is special Spiral 4 kind of allows all units to be able to do that without it being tied down to a special, which in a way is better, but then just giving everybody a special that they can just pretty much copy. This allows them to run whatever special they want and have the chance of doing the breaking through dodge, as opposed to just everybody running the same special, which is like what archers are doing now. Nearly all archers are running Deadeye. Lethality, not so much, just because lethality is a little more constraint being higher cooldown than Deadeye, but still it's good that not that they made like this, but this also now means that units such with brave weapons are more annoying, although special Spyro thing is locked to infantries and armors. So on that, we don't have to worry about cavalry, which cavalry is, I think cavalry is the one who has the most brave weapons. But brave weapons, of course, get a huge power up because of this. Kind of thing that allows you to just spam specials. Not spam specials, but avoid damage reduction, especially on armor or say fighters with deflect magic, which is pretty much was necessary just because of how much special spamming was going on. And it was literally your only chance at surviving just because of Katria balls and stuff like that. But now a unit like Brave Lycidia is probably the ultimate user of Special Spyro 4 just because she already has that the ability to attack, kind of like the desperation effect. She also has the this is pretty much the only thing she was missing to make her pretty much one of the ultimate offensive units, because she has guaranteed follow-up attack and she negate and she's fast, so she pretty much works just like that. She has no follow-up seal, so even if you had like Duma, Duo Duma, which is pretty much the only one that could stop her from doubling him, could do it through with no follow-up seal or no drive no follow-up, infantry no follow-up, no follow-up speed, no follow-up tactics, stuff like that. So we have a lot of ways to give no follow-up. But yeah, Special Spyro 4 allowing you just to go through that dodge effects, I guess I could say it, even though their dodge effects are mostly the speed-based ones, but damage reduction in general. Except for like true damage reduction of obviously like Legendary Dimitri, Maria, not Legendary Dimitri, Brave Dimitri, Maria, Spring Maria, that they have the true damage reduction. That's completely different. So, but yeah, so Special Spyro 4, of course, her weapon being inheritable, although most red tomes tend to be the ones that have unique weapons. Most red tomes, especially like GHB red tomes, they tend to have unique weapons of their own. So in that case, you don't need it so much. It's probably the one that has the least amount of units that require a rearm weapon. Although older units such as for here I'm just gonna go with dual Ephraim, so blue. If not, I guess I'll go with Ocean. But yeah, like Sanaki's weapon is really not that good. It requires you to have flyer units in your team and stuff like that. So for a unit that already has a weapon, you can give it to Sanaki. She would be good. But in general, we don't have it's not as needed as other rearm weapons. But yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, rearm weapons they're pretty interesting, like as a concept in general. But on this legendary banner, of course, we have Celica and Emblem. Emblem is really game changing, especially for iterates where everything is a lot of people just bring a save ball and that's it. So allowing counter to save balls is really powerful. Don't have to worry about overpowering them in a way, but she's probably gonna be the best in chaos season, which we have a chaos season coming out next week, which is really interesting because then you can use Embla on offense, give her like Gale Force since she's a beast unit and beast units can have Gale Force. Allows you to shut down the enemy's save team on defense, which if they have a Catria ball, then you can usually they have a units that expose because they're just using their save to protect them. So you can just go hit that unit and retreat. Would be very interesting to see how people go about it. Just gonna go for green. I would have loved to be able to summon multiple Igroens just because Seiðr flying, so I could give it to my heir and finally just have her fully completed for arena. But I'm gonna go for Corin. Corin is green, so no green. I guess I will go for Igraine since she's the second most valuable unit here. And we get a Seiðr. But yeah, all in all, this was the fetch channel was really good this time around. We are getting the changes to how was that game mode code? I don't remember what the new game mode is called. The one that where you get to use other units and level them up to ridiculous levels. I need to look at it. It is called Binding Wars. There we go. The change to Binding Wars, especially now with the item that you can buy, which will allow you to just pretty much kind of like steal somebody else's unit, like at least make a duplicate of somebody else's unit, which makes that game mode a lot more valuable, especially if you buy orbs. Like that's probably one of the things. If you've been buying like Forma Souls, it's probably better to buy the binding Forma Soul instead and get one of those units since they'll be pre-built and you'll know exactly what skills they have, and people usually are gonna be putting up units that they have pre-built to their with their optimal sets, which means you don't have to spend fodder looking for those units. The fact that legendaries and mythics can be obtained through this makes it even more valuable. We should be able to obtain dual skills like sea dual, flying, and stuff like that. All right, Elise, which is the 4-star special in this banner. Minus defense plus speed. I don't know about that, but attack res ideal and attack res cap. And maybe we can get Seiðr out of this green orb. It's at least a 4-star. But yeah, oh, just a Reckon. Yeah, so far not very good luck. Maybe we can get Ike. I'm only missing one to plus 10 him. So would this be the final Ike I need to plus 10 him? I doubt it. But yeah, especially as a 3-star. A lot of Basilios though have been showing up. We'll say that one for the next round. Veronica is also kind of like a Save Destroyer. She's also designed to counter save units in a way. So I do like that we're getting these counter saves. Oh, Meadows. I mean, not Meadows. Bramon. Still, not who I'm looking for. Can I just get the ones I'm looking for? Yeah, counterplay to save is good. Now we just definitely need counterplay for Brave. Like, I really do think we need a way to disable Brave effects. Like, maybe a seal. That way it's not is limited to that one thing. Like, it's not a skill that you can just give to all your units, but as a seal, like Brave Breaker, like if you have that seal, it disables effects that let you attack twice. Think that is the only thing that we need to counter for right now, especially because Katra balls are still around, and Katra is like what? She's been out for like 2 years now. We got encounters to pretty much everything now except for that. I mean, Element does kind of counter her, but Element locks herself to a single season, so makes it a little difficult for us to just have to count on Element all the time to counter one single unit who's still a menace in defense teams. All right, so far we haven't gotten anything out of that banner. Hopefully, I do hope I get one Seiðr out of this summoning. That way I can have I already picked out the one from the story. Then the one that is Spark is 2, and if I can get one more, that will at least put her +2 when I merge her. But yeah, we got really interesting units in this book coming out for this book. We of course Seiðr, I think it's Hater, the other girl that looks similar to her. Is described as a little sister type, but we don't know if they're actually sisters. Oh, Fallen Rhea. Okay. Fallen Rhea is not even this banner, so really weird to see you show up, Fallen Rhea. Plus attack, okay. You are a fallen hero. Yeah, unexpected, but I hope that doesn't mean I don't get Seiðr. Nope, another Rickon. Damn you, Rickon. So the way this book is being told is we got chapter 13 first, and I think chapter 5 is second. I haven't played chapter 5. They played chapter 13. But it's interesting the way it's going to be told, like not in a direct manner. For this, I think I'm going to go with Ingrid, if not Naomi. So was blue-red. Interesting that they chose to tell the story like this. The first chapter, I guess because the summoner has amnesia, so that is how they're gonna explain to us how the story is going, which is, I guess, is fine. I mean, it is what it is, but man, I am getting no reds for this banner. It's going to be interesting to see where it leads, because technically we already fought the final boss and we lost. But then you have Seiðr said that she shows a vision of the future, so we'll see. We'll see where the story goes. Very interested to see it. And then we also have that mysterious, not Freya pink hair goat lady that shows up in the trailer. We'll see what's her deal. We'll see where we encounter her. We should be coming up on the, well, not should. We are coming up on the Christmas banner, the winter banner this year. Winter banners tend to be armors, so we'll see where that leads us. Who's gonna get chosen and stuff like that. And then of course New Year's is gonna be, we'll have New Year's Ash this year. That is like pretty much confirmed, since we have New Year's Air, New Year's Peony, New Year's Regen, New Year's Fjorm. All 4 of the free book units have been a new year. And then if you want to count the Asker trio as also free units, then they also have New Year's versions. So we know for a fact that New Year Ash is this year. Whether it'll be, who else is going to show up? Maybe we'll have a Freya and Asker duo. That'd be interesting to see. I am more interested in that than I'm in the winter banner. Even the winter banners tend to be have units that are meta relevant. So will we have some kind of new broken fighter skill this year? I mean, we got Hardy Fighter and we got Cordelia. Or should I say not Cordelia? Although if you look at the Forging's Bond, they talk about how they pretty much are the same unit. And not to mention that Keldori is just an anagram for Cordelia. Neutral? Okay. Very interesting. But yeah, so not Cordelia. Very interesting weapon that she comes along with. Very math heavy, but in other words, it's all about just she inflicts debuffs. But it's really weird the way they went about it, describing it. We got Gaius. Are we gonna get not Gaius as well? All right. So yeah, we had the Fed channel, which cover, of course, Seiðr, our brand new unit. I cover the banner that we're currently summoning on. We got free units. Takumi's son. We got 2 versions of it, 2 copies of him of 5 stars. Plus attack. I think plus res is her best stat, just because that's what works with future focus. Which can be, this skill at least is balanced on the fact that you can miss just because of the, so at the most you're going to be 5 spaces away from a unit. 5 times 3 is 15, so you have to have 15 more res than they have in order to trigger this skill. Which, if you have phantom res, that will give you 10, and it should count with phantom res. So that should be 10 extra points in there, leaving you with having still to be 5 res over them. So also, it only activating on even number turns. It's pretty good. It's a good way to balance the skill for it not to be overpowered. Because if you could just literally shut down 1 unit every single turn, it would just be overpowered. Like, so I do like that it's once every other turn. Finally, we got some reds. Are we finally gonna get Emblem or Veronica? We don't know. But yeah, I like that it's balanced on the fact that it's every other turn. It requires you to have a huge amount of res in order to be able to activate, which means that you're probably going to have to target units that have low res. It does help counter 1 unit that has been used to counter other units. So you have what's his name? Masquerade Elwood. Is that Elwood? Yeah. Which of course people build him up with high HP to counter Bright of Yorm and high defense to counter Mila. But because he has to worry about those two stats, he cannot worry about his res, which means he cannot counter all three of them at the same time. He cannot counter Mila, Fjorm, and Seiðr, although Seiðr and Mila are in different seasons, but still, like, if he's building to counter one thing, he can't counter the other. And we got Embla, so now I can spar for Veronica instead. All right, so we got Embla.
Sheer impudence. Elm is a faithful servant. He would never betray me.
So, which is another unit that makes Dark Season even more difficult in comparison to Astra Season. So Dark and Astra are just nights apart just because of the units that we have on offense and the units that we have on defense. And we got nothing out of these tickets. I was really hoping for a Morita. But no Morita. Alright, so now we can just focus on the two banners. Which we only need 2 more circles on each to finish. But yeah, we are pretty close to the end of the year now, which is been a pretty good year for the game in general. We got new modes introduced, new types of heroes with rearm heroes. We have been able to get units that counter other units that have been problematic. Balancing changes. Overall, it's been a good year for the game. So going into next year is gonna be dominated, of course, by Engage. Fire Emblem Engage is, I believe, the game comes out before voting. Choose Your Legends voting begins, which means it should be included in Choose Your Legends, which means just expect another 3 houses like banner that we got with all the lores on 3 houses. Just expect that to happen for Engage next year with Choose Your Legends. Although before that, we of course have the A Hero Rises event, which there is plenty of competition for this year. It's gonna be very interesting to see who wins. Expect Edelgard to be there because Edelgard will always be in A Hero Rises. It's Edelgard after all. So Edelgard will be there, Summer Edelgard this year, for sure. Not only because she's Edelgard, but because she's, again, one of those units that will be very good for Choose Your Legends candidates. So there is going to be a lot of candidates for Choose Your Legends. As much as I love Fjorm, I don't think Dual Legiar and Fjorm is going to score as high as our last 2 ninja units with Lin and Corin. So we might not get a ninja winner this year. If anything, even though I think Fjorm is better, Legion is better, we might get Camilla. Ninja Camilla to do well in A Hero Rises. Again, because she's Camilla and because she's pretty unique, having like res preempt. But again, we have gotten a lot of good units this year. Embla might be there just because being able to counter Sables is really good. You have Veronica might be in there. You might have Seiðr in there. Plenty of units for I Hear Rises this year. It was definitely gonna be one of the most interesting ones in recent years. We should of course get the boarding gauntlet for the top 8 and the banner for the top 4. Although I would like it this year if they do it different with just the top 8 just go on a banner. We get 2 banners, one for the top 4 and the other one for the 4 that get eliminated in the first round of voting gauntlet. And if they have to, like, you can only spark on the winner on the banner that won. If they don't want us to just be able to spark too much. Oh, Marianne, I don't have any further use for blue um, blue dual infantry. I'm sorry. This is all I view. This is all I view Mariana's blue dual infantry. But yeah, I don't have any need for it. But yeah, so this year's I wish like all 8 of them were able to get in a banner. 4 in the winner banner and 4 in the losers banner. Just because that gives more people a chance to get the unit that they want. Because people voting for this, well, some do vote strategically for a good unit, and like last year we got the all green banner and stuff like that. So some people do vote strategically. Most people just vote for the unit that they like the most, which is why Edelgar is usually in these things. People love Edelgar. She's literally the most popular unit in the most important, not important, the most popular character in this entire franchise. And that was proven when she literally obliterated Choose Your Legends, having more votes than anybody has ever had. So yeah, people vote for the unit they want. So all 8 of them being in 2 separate banners would probably be the best, just because it allows more people to have a chance to get the unit they want. And then of course we'll get our free one, and then of course you'll be able to go with and merge whatever you want out of the ones that are there. If you want to keep summoning, I Hear Rises this year definitely gonna be very interesting. I really have no idea like who could be the top 8. If you think you know who are the most likely to make it into the voting gauntlet, by all means, let me know. I do have like I said, Edelgar is probably the only one I would put money on being there just because he's Edelgar. But out of all the other ones, like, people value different things. So I really have no idea who will people vote for. Of course, the mid results usually do tend to skew people's drive people into a certain way. Like if a unit is really close, if a unit is really far, if they see a unit that they don't like being in the top 8, it makes people choose certain things. So it will be interesting to see how people decide to go about it. We'll go for Veronica because we did get Emblem. And that means we got all 3 red units and a Brahmin one. All right, so Veronica is here, which we have Bonnie Veronica, Legendary Veronica, Brave Veronica. I think Do we have a New Year's Veronica? I don't think we have New Year's Veronica, which means New Year's Veronica is coming in New Year's. And we still don't have regular Veronica. All right, we need to create a combo menu. We need 2 spaces. Oh, yeah. Nothing important, right? Nothing that I need. Okay, there we go. I thought I was going to have enough space for everything, but we only ended up being 1 space short, so that's pretty good. Of course, I'm going for Seiðr again. Oh, almost shows the wrong unit. There we go. This with plus the free one that we get makes her a +2, which is of course really good. I'm thinking of Seiðr might be one of the ones I +10. I would like to have an alternative to Regan. Just because Regan is currently my most merch, being +10, so I do want to have an alternative to Regan. Where are you? So let's first mark you as a mythic, legendary. We forgot to mark. All right, so now let's take a look at the units that we got in. We can put rarity and obtain it in descent order. So I bought the Hinoka packs for Ninja Hinoka. I needed some orbs, so that's why I did it. And this is the Seiðr that we just got out of the story. I'm still leveling her up. So I was able to get a Nana plus speed. Our weekly free 5-star was Ines. Bramimon, Fallen Rhea. We got Keldori. Seiðr again. Emblem. Marianne. Veronica. And Seiðr. All in all, not bad. I would have liked to get in another Seiðr, but at least we did get one in the circle. And I was definitely not expecting Keldori, but yeah, I mean, she's just Cordelia, so Marianne really could have been something else. What was the blue unit in? There was no blue unit in this banner, so I guess I don't know, Keldori. So yeah, she could have been another Keldori. And for fodder, what does she come with? Attack speed catch and attack speed hold. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this summoning session. Again, for those who do watch the Ether race, there will be no Ether race this week. For now, my defense seems to be holding, even though I didn't have Embla in it. This is the defense I'm currently running, but I will be changing it now that Embla is here. And yeah, let me know if you summon on this banner, if you were going after Seiðr, are you trying to +10 her, or you just okay with the free unit that we get? Did you summon for either Embla or Veronica? What are you looking for on the winter banner? It's going to be armors, but I'm not sure who they are. And for New Year's, we do know that it's going to be Ash. At the very least, Ash is going to be in the banner. Maybe Emblem and Asker. New Year's Veronica might be a thing. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye.